What is going on? Little late night, non unannounced stream. I'm in a new location, and yes, the room is echoey. I know that, but I'm wanting to check it out to see how the internet speed is. For those of you who know, I'm still in Mexico, and we're bouncing around from Airbnb while the COVID situation is going on because I can't fly home to Thailand because Thailand has closed the borders. Uh, so I'm stuck. Here I am. So sound off in the stream. Let me know. How's the quality on your end? Is this a location that I'm going to be able to stream from? I got to let them know tomorrow if we're going to rent this for a longer time or not. It looks good on my end. Let me know how it looks on your end. This isn't going to be a long stream. This isn't going to be one of my normal streams. I'm just going to go on for a little bit, maybe answer a couple questions in the chat. We don't have a questionnaire form today. We're just running into the chat and answering questions from there. I see some people I saw the fat guy number one in the chat. How's it going? I think I saw Tony in here. Tony Jacobson, how you doing, my man? Hope you were doing well. Slot Freaks, how you doing? Scully's House of Thrillers, how are you doing? G. Michael Jr., a late night chat. That's right, late night with D. Put the kids to bed, ladies and gentlemen, because you never know what's going to happen. Landshark Picker, how's it going? Hope everybody's doing well. What is today? Is today Tuesday? I don't even know what today is. Today's Monday. As you notice, I didn't go live on my channel last night. We moved to an Airbnb, not this one, a different one. Internet was terrible, absolutely terrible internet. So that's why I'm testing this one out. So go ahead and let me know. Let me know if this is working or not. Looks good. El Jefe reviews. What's going on, man? Hope you're doing well, El Jefe. So Jeff, by the way, so I'm going to start streaming on Amazon. Finally, I'm going to start streaming. So maybe tomorrow or the day after, I'd love to hop on the chat with you, DMs or something for just like 2 or 3 minutes, if you don't mind, because I know you're the pro at that. Now, Doug Houston, how's it going? Slot Freaks, how's everybody doing? So Doug says it looks good. Everybody says it looks good. Okay, so we don't have any jitter. How's the audio? This is a big room, huge vaulted ceilings. Do we have a lot of echo going on? Because I hear a lot of echo on my end. Got you, bro. That's what I'm talking about, boss. I knew you would. I knew you would come through, my man. Sounds good and looks good. Okay, Billy's Big Top. Right on, man. Listen to Midnight. There you go. So yeah, so we're gonna keep this short and sweet. Like I said, this isn't one of my normal live streams, but if you do have some questions in the chat and questions about anything, go ahead and fire them up. I'm gonna go live for, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes or so. This isn't gonna be a normal marathon live stream that lasts an hour or two. There he is, Unbreakable Academy, Tony Jacobson. There is echo. Okay, so what I might want to do is maybe bring the mic closer to my mouth. I need to get a different stand for my mouth. Not too distracting. Okay, I appreciate that. So maybe I'll readjust the volume, and maybe bring the mic a lot closer to my mouth. Hey, Gabby Plays, how you doing? No echo. Okay, some people has echo. D, would you know where to, Matt Troy says, hey, D, would you know where to copyright something online? I don't know what country you're in. If you're from the United States, you can actually Google that. How do I copyright XYZ or trademark something? There's actually forms that you can download, and you could probably do it online. So just Google for that. The US government actually has websites for you to copyright and trademark things. Viper, man, about tech. And now, guys, can I just take a moment and say that Viper, I cannot get online without seeing either Viper live or seeing a notification that Viper is going to go live. The man is the hardest working man in the business right now. I love it. I love it. Panda Chips, fake advice, fake advice, fake advice. Here, I'll give you some fake advice. How about this? So if you want to blow up on YouTube, and I mean really blow up, I'm talking like huge blow up, here's what you do, right? Go to Walmart, go to 7-Eleven, wherever you're buying your goods. Buy as much Mentos as humanly possible. Buy a crate of Mentos, eat them all. Eat every single Mentos, and then drink a 2 liter of Coke. Guaranteed results, you're gonna blow up. How's that for fake advice of the day? The daily fake advice. That's right. So somebody, Jay, man, are you camping right now? Very cool. So this actually looks pretty good on my end. It looks better than the last place I was in. So this might actually work out. So I'm going to come into the chat here, see what's going on. Jim Michael Jr. says, I sure do miss the Nick and D and Niman live streams on Saturday. Look, I miss it. I haven't seen my brother. I was hanging out with my brother and Brian G. Johnson. We were in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. We were hanging out there the first week of March. And then after they went home, I haven't seen him since March, first week of March. So believe me, I want to get back there as soon as possible. I miss sitting across the desk from him. That's a lot of fun. Because throughout the week, Nick and I, he's incredibly busy. I have my own things going on. We don't always have a lot of time. Sometimes we meet up for a coffee here or there, an occasional dinner. But Saturday night, that's our night. That's our night. We know we can count on it. We know that we're going to get, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours of hanging out together. And that's kind of the highlight of the week. Dapper Tiger, how's it going? Uniquely me, how you doing? Did I see Sam? Okay, Sam, how's it going? Zach Talks Tech, how's it going, brother? Nice to see you in there. I actually don't have my earbuds on. I was going to say I could bring some of you on. Yeah, you know what? I might be able to do these actually. Tony says, how's the weather down in Mexico? Okay, so we were in southern Baja Sur. And down there you have La Paz, you have Todos Santos, you have Cabo San Lucas, and you have San Jose del Cabo. When we first got down to that region, the weather was beautiful, but now is starting their summer, and it is just, you melt when you go outside. So we flew up north to Ensenada. We're about an hour, 40 minutes, 2 hours south of Tijuana. So we're really close to the border, and the weather here is perfect. It's just like San Diego weather or Los Angeles weather. Just like it. Doug Houston says, there's some trolls going on. So yeah, I'm actually going to plug these in. Does anybody want to come in as a guest? I know Zach always wants to come on as a guest. If anybody wants to come on as a guest, we can do that for a little bit. We can have a little conversation. I want to get these. Oh no, I can't. Sorry guys, I don't have a way to actually plug this. So I'm streaming with my phone. I'm streaming with my iPhone 11 Pro. I'm recording my audio into a Rode, which is this thing right here, the Video Mic NTG, but I don't have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack to plug this into. I've got my bag of goodies. So here's a little life pro tip for you guys. If you ever fly first class on any airlines or fly, standby, buddy pass, and you end up in business or first class, you're gonna get some sort of a little bag like this. They're gonna have the toiletries. Depending on the airline, these things are amazing little gear bags. I've got a pile of these things, and not because I'm a baller like that, but because I have friends who work in the airlines, and we get business class, first class tickets. Not all the time, but sometimes, and we always get these awesome packages. I'm caught without a dongle. Can you believe it? I'm actually looking in my little bag here to see if I have an adapter. I don't. Oh, that just went south really fast. I had the best of intentions. So we're gonna roll this back up, put it away. The audio is a bit soft. How about that? Does the audio sound better? I turned it up just a little bit. Yeah, Ensenada is awesome. Totally, have you been down here? Yeah, so yesterday was our first day in Ensenada. We flew up to Tijuana, then we drove down to Ensenada, stayed the first night in our Airbnb, and the internet was just garbage, absolute garbage. Luckily, the same people also own this place, and they've got fiber internet here and a much stronger connection, so we're testing that out. Zach even put his pants on. Well, you know what, man? Let me dig a little bit deeper. Let me dig a little bit deeper for my dongle, if you will. Hold on. I've got all sorts of goodies here. Give me, oh. Hold on, we're getting close. So I have a Rode, I don't know what this is. I don't know what the name of it, the SC6, I believe it is. It's like 1 million miles of cable. So we've got this now. So we've got the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. So now I need to connect the lightning port to this and, oh my goodness. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Do I have an adapter? 1 second, guys. Gear bag number 2, another bag full of cables. So hang on. I'm just ripping through everything here. Oh, oh, oh. So this is the phone is connected USB-C, and the only way I actually have to do this is this adapter, and it's USB-C, so I can't do that. Boy, the hits just keep coming. We're gonna figure this out. What do we got? Nope, I don't think I can do it. Gentlemen, I tried. What do we got? Sorry, guys, got nothing. I tried. I have everything I need except for the one thing that I need. And where I messed up is I usually plug this phone in because if you try to use your phone, I'm using an app called IV Cam. IV Cam on the iPhone 11 Pro, IV Cam on the laptop, and then I connect it via, normally it's just USB, but now it's connected in USB-C. And that's the only port that I had open to connect this adapter. So fail there. So many bags, so little time. Yeah, so these are my two main, like these, right? This is the bag that you get from like, I think this is Delta. This might be Delta's first class from last year, I'm not sure. And then I have this is one of those like, the cubes where you can buy cube sets for traveling. This is a little cable pack. And I've just got tons and tons of stuff in here. I also have this little bad boy, the Shure MV88 to connect. This is the Shure MV88 Plus, which is the kit. So those of you who are looking for a high-end microphone for your phone, this little bad boy is amazing. The cool part about that microphone is it comes with an app. So you install the app on your phone and you can control the direction of the microphone. So if you have your phone, you can say, okay, I just want a narrow pattern recording out of the front, or I want a wide pattern coming out of the front, or you can record on both sides of it. So if you're doing an interview with someone, it can record audio from both sides. So this is amazing. It's not cheap, but you get what you pay for. It also comes with a stand and a little roll-up case. The Shure is nice. Yes, it is. Take out the headphone jack, Apple. Yeah, if I would have planned this out a little bit better, I would have totally been ready to do this, but it was just like, hey, I'm just gonna test the stream, and I just quickly grabbed the first cables that came to mind and started it. I have a habit, I just put things in holes. So that's what I did. I just started grabbing cables and shoving them in holes, and yeah, kind of did things the wrong way. Okay, Saucy Senorita had a question. Okay, first, Kenev Games says, what mic is that? This is the microphone that goes to the Shure MV88 Plus microphone kit. Now, the difference between the Plus and not the Plus is the Plus has headphone monitoring. So you can plug your headphones here and you can monitor the actual audio. The mic that I'm recording through is the Rode Video Mic NTG. This will connect to your phone, this will connect to your DSLR camera, or this will connect to your computer via USB. It's a really versatile microphone. Yes, I have a habit of putting dongles in holes. Okay, so let me go back and see the question. Hey, Justin, how you doing? So if you guys have a question, so I can see it in the chat, just type in like all caps, question, and then ask your question, because as you see, the chat gets moving a little bit, and it's kind of hard to see what's going on. So I'm scrolling backwards. Oh, Tony, man, you've been here a few times. Used to go during my college days back in the 90s. Yeah, it looks like one of those types of places. It looks like a party place, right? Tijuana, Rosarito, and Ensenada. Total party zone. Uniquely Me says, are you using both your lights behind you? No, so behind me, this is amazing. I'm using one Aputure. This is the bag for it, but one Aputure MC RGB light. And let me stand up and I'll move the chair so you can see what I did. And you can see how much light this is actually moving. So I hid the stand with the chair, which is very common. It's this little thing right here. It's about this big. And I've got it about waist high. and it's shining the light all the way in the back. And it's on 43%. So with 43% of that tiny little light, it's shining all of that light into the background. Amazing, amazing little lights. And of course, more bags. It compacts into this tiny little thing right here. All right, I'm still going back for, hey, Quan, how you doing, my man? Nice to see you in here, American Thai guy. The beard is getting dummy thick. Should I shave the beard? This is the third time I've grown out my COVID beard. Third time. I don't know, should I shave the beard? Can we get a consensus in the chat? Shave the beard, not shave the beard, trim the beard? What do you guys think? Nice to see you in here, Quan. So, oh, there she is, Saucy Senorita. Says, if you have one certain niche that got a lot of views compared to your other content, should you stick to that niche only? It might be an obvious answer, but it's a serious question. No, that's actually a great question. It depends. So let's say you have a variety channel and you're throwing a bunch of stuff up on the wall to see what sticks because you're just getting started and that's the best time to do that, okay? And let's say you have one video that does noticeably better than all the others. Not like 50 views better, but like, wow, this video is doing a ton better than all the other videos. What I would do then is my next series of videos. I would do a second video, a third video, a fourth video, a fifth video, kind of like a part 2, part 3, part 4, make them relevant to the video that's actually doing well. And then see if that trend continues. Because it could have been a fluke. Or if you do part 2, part 3, part 4, take advantage of your end screens, take advantage of your pinned comments, link out to them in the description of the other videos and kind of make a web of videos, right? So when people come to the video, it makes sense because it's relevant to the video you just watched. So I would make 2, 3, 4, 5 videos to see if that trend continues. If the answer is yes, then I would go all in on that particular niche. But if it's a one-off, then no, keep throwing stuff up against the wall. But I wouldn't wait either. So if you recently had one video succeed or start to succeed, quickly, as in tomorrow, make that next video. Make something similar. Something that you could tell somebody at the end of part 1 to where it's like, hey, if you want to watch more of this, have a look at this video. And then what you do at the end of part 1 is in your end screen, put number 2 on your end screen. Use your pinned comment, link out to number 2 on your end screen. When you get to number 2, do the same thing to number 3, and so on and so forth. So it's worth testing. It's worth testing. So I got to scroll back through here. Drama Talk says how to use Adobe Rush if the phone is not supported. If your phone does not support the app, unfortunately, you cannot use the app. Here's a big mistake a lot of people do. They figure out or they find out that a particular app is not available for their device. So they head to an APK download site. They download the app anyway, right? They don't get it from the Play Store. They don't get it from the Google Store. They download a cracked version of the app because that version works on their phone. One of the reasons why a lot of apps don't work on your phone is because the chipset in your phone can't handle the app, okay? So, for example, if I download Adobe Rush on my iPhone 11 Pro, and you download Adobe Rush on the weakest phone that still runs Adobe Rush, there's a good chance that we're not going to have the same app. By that I mean I'm going to be able to add a lot more layers to edit than you probably can because my chipset in my phone can actually handle that. What happens when you download the cracked apps, they remove that barrier that the developer put into place and it can overwork your phone. Your phone can legit catch on fire if you overwork your phone. So if it doesn't work on your phone, don't use it. Don't take the risk of putting it in because you download it somewhere else. Stick to apps that work. You can also check other apps out. Check out Vlogit. Check out VLLO. Check out VN. Check out, check out InShot. You'll be able to find something that works for your phone. Let's see here. I'm moving to Arsenal. Way to go. Okay, Mr. JF4S7. I'll never, ever, ever remember that name. Question, for me, it takes a while to edit videos. So do you think it would be better for me to make shorter videos that I can post more often rather than longer ones that I rarely post? Yes, absolutely. If you're finding that it's taking way too long to edit a video, and that's what's keeping you from uploading content, Focus on shorter videos. And here's something else to pay attention to. Go into your audience retention, go into YouTube Studio or look at the YT Studio app and look at your audience retention and see how long people are actually watching your video. What I mean by that is, let's say you have a 10-minute video, but most of the people are only making it through 40% of the video. Well, it doesn't make sense to watch, or it doesn't make sense to make a 10-minute video if most people aren't watching 10 minutes. So shorten it down. However long you're making now, try cutting that in half and see if that improves the time it takes you to actually make it, edit it, and get it online. What's going to happen is over time, the faster you're going to become in editing because you're doing it more, because you're making shorter videos, and eventually you'll be able to move into longer videos because you've built the skill of learning how to edit faster. It's a process that everybody has to go through. I know Tony Jacobson is in here. He does video production, he does editing, he can probably tell you, he does it professionally, and he can tell you the same thing. You have to start at a certain level and build your way up. So yeah, go short if you have to. You can build up to it. Also, don't be afraid to try other platforms. Don't be afraid to try other short form platforms. Try TikTok, try YouTube stories if you have access to it. Try Instagram stories. Start small, build your way up. Off-grid Backroads Adventures. How you doing? All right, so I'm going to scroll back here through the chat and see if there's any questions that I missed. Okay, Fault says question. How do you live stream when you're under 1,000 subscribers? Because sometimes my streams get removed from YouTube. I don't know how to solve it. If you have under 1,000 subscribers, I'm guessing that you've verified your channel and you're using a third-party app or you're using a desktop computer to live stream. Okay? If you're doing all of that, here's things that can get your live stream flagged. You could be playing music in the background that you don't have the rights to. You could have a TV in the background. You could have audio. You could have cars driving in the background. Your windows are open. Any sort of copyright violation of noise from TVs or radios or your computer, anything that's playing music or playing movies, those can all get you flagged. Or you could be using your live stream to try to send people off platform. Some people make this mistake. I think Linus Tech Tip, they got in trouble for this. So they went live on YouTube with the sole purpose of driving people over to Twitch. Like on their YouTube channel, it was like, hey, we're live over on Twitch. And the purpose of the live stream was to drive people off the platform. That's against YouTube's terms of services. So if you did something like that, like, hey, come over here, follow me over here, follow me over here, they can shut you down there as well. Or you might have had a crude live stream. It happens. Or the AI could have just incorrectly flagged your live stream. There's a lot of things that can happen. Aloha 88 Trips. How you doing, my man? All right, I'm going backwards. Echo Gaming, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. I'm going back. Okay, Roberto Cauldron says, question, what's better, Mobizen or AZ Recorder, and which is good to record with headphones? Okay, I love both of those apps. And what I found is download them both and record the thing that you want to record. Because I find that sometimes, for example, let's talk about the VN VlogNow video editing app. Sometimes AZ Recorder just flat out won't record that app. I try it, it doesn't record it. So then I have to go over to Mobizen. So whatever it is that you're going to record, download both of those apps and test it out to see which one actually works better and which one works better for your device. In terms of headphones, I'm not sure you're going to have to test it out, but you can download both of them for free, test them both out, and see which one works best for your device and for what you're recording. I have them both. And I have to go back and forth depending on what I'm recording because some apps will crash them, and I don't know why. I don't know why that is. Question, how has Nick been? Nick's been great. Nick is back in Thailand. He's back at home. But I miss him. I wish we were together. I miss him a lot, actually. Tracy says, leave the beard. 2020 sucks anyway. All right, we'll leave the beard. You called it. Tracy, you just made the decision. I'll leave my beard for a bit longer. Thank you. Tony Jacobson says, hashtag keep the beard. So the next question is, how long should I keep the beard? Of course, Justin, you're going to say keep the beard. Fat Guy says shave it and sell it. Only if you'll buy it, my friend. Turbo Man, 2010. I'm not doing any channel reviews. I just hopped on to do a speed test, and I'm just answering some questions here in the chat. Okay, we did Saucy Senorita. Okay, we've got you. Tracy, you've got 2 in your Amazon cart. I'm just going to get one. What are you buying, Tracy? What are you buying? What are you putting in your Amazon cart? And I hope you're using my Amazon links. Just kidding. Whatever links you want to use, I'm cool with that. All right. Edison Reyes says, is the wall white? Okay. The wall is normally white. You're talking about the light behind me, but I'm putting a purple light on it. Slightly purple, and it's maybe 12 feet away from the wall. Matt Troy says, question, where's the best position to place a Boya M1 on your shirt for optimal sound? When it comes to lavalier microphones, think about placing it around the first or second button, right? If you were to put on a button shirt, first or second button, somewhere right around here. That doesn't mean it's the best for you, but that's the first place you want to test it. I move it all over the place. I have a tendency when I actually record my videos, I amp things up maybe 10, 15%, my voice gets louder. And sometimes if I make the mistake and I clip it on my shirt here, I'll clip the audio. So sometimes I have to just clip it on my shirt, or I'll put it under my shirt, or if I'm wearing a backpack, I'll clip it on the backpack strap. But you know, I would about this far, I would test it about this far down, wherever that may be on you. A lot of trial and error when it comes to audio. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna jump, so I gotta scroll back down here. Hey, Timer Bernard, how you doing, man? Let's see, I'm going backwards here in the chat to see what's going on. The lights you have, I will use your links. Okay, I didn't put any links in this video, but you can go to one of my other streams and just click. You can click on, here's the thing about Amazon that's really cool. Any link you click on in Amazon, it's gonna set a cookie in your computer. So if I say, hey, I've got this bag, go click on the link for this bag. It's gonna set a cookie in your computer, so whatever you buy for a short period of time, or until you click on someone else's link, I'll get a credit for that. So yeah, that's kind of cool how that works. So if you look on my Amazon report, for those of you who do Amazon affiliate marketing, you know how this works. Like you might have links out, okay, here's the phone that I'm using, the microphone that I'm using, the lights that I'm using, here's all these stuff that I'm using. And then you go to look at your report because it shows you what, it doesn't tell me the name, like I won't know who bought it, but it tells you the products that sold. And people will buy like lawnmowers and blenders and art kits and tools and all sorts of things completely unrelated to what you actually link up, because that cookie is actually set. Krillin says, hey, will you tell Krillin I said hello, Tommy? Let's see, let me go back here. Hey, the Poets, how you doing? I'm doing well, man. Off-Grid Backroads Adventures says, D, have you signed up for BitChute? I have not signed up for BitChute. Should I have a look at BitChute? Echo Gaming, have a good one, man. Hope you're doing well. Thank you. Michael Prepper Tech says, also, if you don't set your channel as not made for kids and you talk about alcohol, weapons, etc., they will see that as promoting bad things to kids. Yeah, you have to be careful across the board. Of course, COPPA applies to an audience of under the age of 13. So if you're making content with the primary audience is supposed to be 13 or under, then you have to mark your content, or possibly even your channel, as for kids. And that's going to turn off a whole bunch of features on your channel. On the other side of that is if you're talking about anything anyway, so if you're making videos about weapons and alcohol and that sort of thing, yeah, you're going to have some issues there too. Andy Someta says, have you ever tried the ProTake app? I have not tried the ProTake app. Dean Reynolds Media, what's going on, my man? Fellow bass player. Dean, I don't know if you know I'm a bass player. I don't know if we ever talked about that. I haven't played in a while. I got carpal tunnel really bad, and I had to stop playing. But I've been stretching it back out, and I want to get back into playing. Unfortunately, in Thailand, man, there's nobody to jam with. There's nobody to play with. I'd love to get back into it. I really miss playing bass. Justin says, since Linus still has his beard, then you better be keeping yours as well. Solid logic. Solid logic. So if you couldn't, hold on, I'm going back to the chat here. The DBZ Collector, when COVID is over, will you and Nick go back to streaming together on Saturdays? No sound on thumbs up or thumbs down. Yeah. So here's what has to happen. I've got a couple of hurdles here. Let me explain my hurdles. My flight is supposed to go from Los Angeles to Taipei, Taiwan, right? My layovers in Taipei, Taiwan. And then I fly back into Chiang Mai, Thailand, in northern Thailand where I live. So I have a layover in Taipei, Taiwan. The airline says, we're going to honor your ticket for your, because we did round trip. So we're going to return your flight. We're going to honor that. However, it's currently canceled. So whenever we open the flight back up, you can rebook. We'll honor that and you can go. So Taiwan is currently forbidding any transit passengers, no transit passengers whatsoever. So I can't even get to Taiwan to change planes. But if I did, first of all, the flight has to go. Then Taiwan has to allow transit passengers. Then Thailand has to allow me to come back in as well. Funny thing about that is, since I've been gone, I've lost my visa in Thailand. So when I re-enter Thailand, I enter as a tourist. So my visa going into Thailand, where I live, would be the same as your visa if you went to Thailand for the first time. And because of that, I'm the absolute lowest on the totem pole for people who will be allowed back into Thailand. So when they allow general tourism to come back, then I can come back in. So yeah, it's unfortunately, it's going to be a while before I get back to Thailand. But when I do, yes, Nick and I will be we will be in the Niman Live studio live streaming once again. I miss it. I miss it. Loli Senpai says, do you have a question? Does a Bluetooth headset can do internal recording? I don't know. I don't own a Bluetooth headset. I had this weird thing about, I don't know, some of you are gonna think I'm crazy. Like even these, even my ear, I won't get the Apple earbuds. Everything for me is cable. I had this weird phobia about putting Bluetooth stuff on my head, in my ears, anywhere around my head. And I know that studies say it's not harmful, but I don't want to be like 15 years from now where different studies say, you remember back when we said Bluetooth was okay for you? Yeah, we were wrong. Because they used to say smoking was good for you too, right? So anyway, I just got this weird thing about that Bluetooth. I don't know. I don't test anything Bluetooth when it comes to stuff that goes on my head. Gurish draws stuff. Hey, Tana, how you doing, man? Nice to see you in here. Hope you're doing well, my man. Gurish draws stuff says, I'm doing some tutorials and now I'm planning on adding an intro, but is it good? I don't know. I don't know if your intro is good, but here's how you can test it. First of all, I want to say this. Make your intro as short as humanly possible. No one is coming to your videos to watch your intro. No one. They're coming to watch your content. Whatever type of content that you're making, if you're drawing stuff, they're coming to watch you draw stuff. So if you're going to have an intro, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, 5 seconds, keep it short, keep it sweet, and start with some sort of a hook, either a verbal hook letting them know what the video is about, or some sort of a visual hook or something that's going to get their attention right out of the gate. Because as soon as they hit that thumbnail, you have seconds to get there. So you've got to get their attention first with the thumbnail. Then they click, right? That's the first domino to fall. The second domino is you've got to hook them in at the beginning of that video. And if you put your intro at the very beginning and they didn't click in for that, there's a good chance they're going to leave. So test it out. Test some videos with an intro, test some videos without an intro, and you're going to see if it works or not by looking at your audience retention report. And you're going to see that graph at the beginning. If right when that video starts, it looks like a giant skateboard half pipe, you know that that intro is sending them away. So test it. Test it, test it, test it. 30-day review says that's sucky. They should have extended your visa. Well, the funny thing is, if I would have been in Thailand at the time, they're just giving blanket extensions to everyone, including tourists who were stranded there. So you don't have to go to immigration. Just, hey, you're extended up until a certain amount of time. But if you're out of Thailand, a lot of people are upset. A lot of people are really upset about that. And it's expensive. The process is expensive to start over. And here's the funny thing. I cannot start my visa process again in Thailand. It's a stupid system. I actually have to get my paperwork in Thailand, and then I have to go to a Thai embassy outside of Thailand. So I have to go to Hong Kong, or I have to go to Vietnam, or I have to go to Australia, wherever there's a Thai embassy on that side of the world, and then I come back into Thailand. So I can only come in for like 2 or 3 months as a tourist. Then to get my visa, I have to go to another country, and hopefully they'll let me in. And then it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster for me getting home. So Justin says, so you find a place to move there in Mexico. There's a good chance that I'll end up finding some sort of a long-term. I'm not expecting to be in Thailand probably within the next 4 months. I'll be lucky if I'm back in within the next 4 months. If I get in within 6 months, I'll be really happy. But 4 to 6 months. So I'm going to start looking at a place because we've been bouncing around Airbnbs, and this is kind of our last stand in Mexico. We're in Baja. We don't want to go back into the other side of Mexico because the virus is just devastating that side. So we're going to stay here in northern Baja. So we might get something here for 2, 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. This is where we're making our stand. Oh man. Let's see. Yes, Flip a Clip is awesome. Let me go through here. Penny Morgan, live positive. How you doing? Nice to see you in here. Andy Someta, you play bass. How so? You're not shy. Bass player, man. Bass player. Dude, I've been playing bass guitar since I was 15 years old. 15 years old, I started playing bass guitar. Man, I've had a whole bunch of bass guitars. I went to music school as a bass player. I played a lot of professional gigs as a paid bass player. Made a living at it for quite a long time. Yeah, love it. Genric Aquino, how you doing, man? It says, is the Boya still a good microphone? I want to upgrade my audio a little bit. I'm guessing if you're talking about the Boya BY-M1, yes, it's a good microphone for the price. Great microphone for the price. Other microphones in terms of quality, so you've got the Boya BY-M1, definitely the budget version of the bunch. And the Boya it's a bit on the warm end. So if you've got a lower voice, if you've got a bassier voice, that might not be the mic for you, or you might want to think about EQing that sound a little bit. But comparing that microphone to the Rode SmartLoft Plus, that's a lot more expensive, and it sounds about the same. Not as much bass though. The Deity VLAV, I recently picked up one of that. Well, I had one shipped here in Mexico. I love that microphone. I think it's about the same price as the Rode SmartLoft Plus. It's got a great sound to it, not as bassy as the Boya, but it's more expensive than the Boya. So if you need something budget friendly, then yes, the Boya is still a good microphone. Now, heads up, get it from a reliable source because Boya does have a problem with counterfeit microphones. It's a problem. When you get the microphone, the box is going to have like this little code system. You can check to see if it's a legit microphone. So yes, it's still good mic. Slap the bass. Yeah, I love slap bass. Love it. Falcons Gaming, man, have a good one. Okay, Scully says, so when you click on the next Amazon link, the cookie shifts to them. Yes, that's exactly how it works. So if you were to click on my Amazon link right now, and you were looking around Amazon, and even you bought a couple of things, I'm going to get credit for that. But then say 3 hours from now or 4 hours from now, you're watching another video and you're like, ooh, I'd like to have that too. I'm going to add that to my order. And then you click on their affiliate link. Well, that next order is going to get cookied from them and they're going to get credit for that. But if you don't, I don't remember how, maybe when you guys who are more professional or more full-time with affiliate marketing know, I don't remember exactly how many days the Amazon cookie stays. It's not long, 48 hours, 72 hours, 24, a day or 2 or 3, something like that. But it all adds up. Fat Guy says, question, if you had the choice of any meal to have tonight for dinner, what would it be? Any meal tonight. Any meal. I would love to have a perfectly made pizza from Domino's. A perfectly made pizza, not overcooked, but a perfectly made pizza from Domino's with some extra sauce on it, with some onions on it, and some pineapple. And I know this is where a lot of us are going to part ways. I know some of you are on the no pineapple on pizza camp. Some of you are on absolutely pineapple. You know what? What say you? What do you guys say? Does pineapple belong on pizza or not? I know this is an ongoing battle, and this is where friends become enemies. So what do you think? Simply Beth, how's it going? You think it's 24 hours? Okay, yeah, I knew it was short. I don't even look. Yeah, I, you know what? I sign up and put the links in. I knew it was short. I don't nitpick over the little things like that. Fat guy says, I love pineapple. I knew I liked you. You know what? You learn a lot about person. You learn a lot about a person by what they put on their pizza. Put pineapple on your pizza, we can be friends. I trust you. It's like walking up to someone with your open palms, right? You can trust them. Pineapple on your pizza or no pineapple on your pizza? Go, I can trust you. We can hang out. You can sleep on my sofa. I'm not going to worry about you ripping me off and running out in the middle of the night. Oh. Tracy, it was nice knowing you. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Hey, you packed me all. Hey man, how's it going? Nice to see you in here. Of course it does. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. 88 trips is pineapple. Yes. I love it. Andy Sometta says Domino's. Yeah. But it's got to be cooked just. No, you know what? I'm going to back up. I'm going to forget Domino's. In the Midwest, in the USA, around Kentucky and Ohio, there's a pizza company called La Rosa's Pizza. La Rosa's Pizza. If I could eat anything, any pizza, it would probably be a perfectly cooked pizza from La Rosa's Pizza. And that's only around, I think, Ohio, Kentucky, maybe Indiana. I'm not sure. Slop freaks, yep, pineapple. That's what I'm talking about. StreamYard has a delay. Okay, you brick me, so I'm going backwards. Did somebody leave a super chat? I didn't even see a super chat. Hey, Steve McDonald, Craft and Arts, my friend. I haven't seen you in quite some time. I was thinking about you the other day. I saw you posting in the Niminati Facebook group. I was like, man, I haven't seen Steve in quite some time. So I'm going back and I'm looking for this question. Penny Morgan, D, you're in my thoughts during this ordeal. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, there it is. Cowboy Cody. Man, my apologies. Here's the thing. I'm looking at the camera, right? I'm giving you eye contact so I can assert my dominance. And in the process, I miss out on any super chats. So if I miss, Doug or any of the moderators, if you can let me know if there's any super chats that have come in besides Cowboy Cody, I would appreciate that. So the question is, and this is a great question, how do I prevent burnout? How do I prevent burnout? I think that eventually most creators are going to hit burnout to some degree. Life gets in the way, right? Everybody, every single person in this chat right now, everyone's juggling something. Everyone has their own dilemmas, their own dramas, their own whatever happened. Maybe you're too busy, you've got a family, you've got 2 jobs, whatever. Life always gets in the way. And when things start getting in the way too much and you have that pressure where you feel like you have to keep making content, it is easy to burn out. I'm burned out right now. I'm burned out right now, not because I don't want to make the content, but because because I am stuck. I'm stuck in Mexico. I can't go home. I mean, I'm here for months. I've already been here for 4.5 months. We're doing the best we can, but it's been a bit of a bummer. And when I see people running around, in the U.S. and here in Mexico, and they're not putting on masks and they're having parties, I'm just like, man, I'm never getting home. I'm never getting home. And that weight on my shoulders has burned me out from not wanting to make videos. Now, I do have videos coming. Maybe next week I'll start uploading it, but I went quite some time without uploading a video. I just couldn't do it. So one thing you have to understand is it's okay to get burned out. It's probably going to happen sometime, and it's okay. It's totally okay to get burned out. And I'm curious for everybody in the chat, if you've experienced burned out as a creator, type in yes, because it sounds like Cowboy Cody is either getting ready to go through it or they're starting to go through it. Type in yes if you've experienced burnout. I have, and it's okay. It's okay. Life does get in the way. In terms of things that you can do to try to prevent it for as long as possible, I would recommend not taking on an upload schedule that's too busy. if you find yourself where it's just always in that state of like, man, I gotta make another video. I have to make another video. I have to make another video. And it's like some people are uploading daily. A little bit different for gamers, but if you are actually like doing talking head content or how-to content or some other sort of entertainment or inspiration content, and you're editing the content, and if you're doing that too often, just like anything else, if you do anything too much, you can burn yourself out. So don't do it too much. If you feel like you're doing it too much, pull it back. Pull it back. If you're uploading 3 times a week, pull it back to once a week. Right? You got to find that ground where it's stable for you. Second thing is make sure you're making the right type of content. Make sure that you're into what it is that you're making, right? If you're just like, man, I just don't want to make the next video. I just don't want to do it. Question yourself, take that hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I want to be making this type of content? The answer might be yes. The answer might be no. And the next thing I would say is always remember why you're doing this in the first place. One easy way to burn out is to obsess over your analytics, obsess over your subscribers, obsess over your views, obsess over your likes or your dislikes or your comments. Why am I not getting enough comments? Obsess over why someone else who has a similar channel is doing better than you are, right? If you start focusing on the numbers or start focusing on other creators and what they're doing on their path, on their journey, that's a guaranteed way to burn out. Guaranteed, you're going to burn out doing that. So always remember why you're doing this in the first place. It might be that you're trying to start a second business. It might be that you're doing it for fun. You just got that creative bug inside. The juice is in you and you're trying to get it out. So always just kind of keep that at the core. Whenever you start feeling burned out, just say, why am I even doing this in the first place? What's the purpose of these videos? And try to find a way to center yourself when you do that. For me, coming back into it, like I got burned out. Like I told you why. But the reason I started making, I shot a bunch of videos over the past week, and I just started putting them together. But the reason I started remaking those videos is I was like, okay, I was scorched. I wasn't burned on YouTube, but the life was beating me down creatively, right? Like all this stuff was like, my universe is caving in on me, right? I'm trapped. I can't go home. I'm running from Airbnb to Airbnb. All this stuff is going on that knocked the creative wind out of me. But what kind of got me back through it was I had to recenter myself, and I said, okay, I got to get out of this funk. Like it sucks, my situation sucks. How do I get out of this funk? Recentered myself. Why am I doing this? Why should I make these next videos? And I just came back to like there's 100,000 people now on my channel who come to me for advice on how they can do things on their phones. 100,000 people who come to me for advice on how they can improve their video quality, how they can live stream with their phone, how they can avoid burnout. And I just started thinking about, man, I have people who are wanting to get information from me. So as corny as it sounds, you guys helped get me back up on the horse to come back to make content again, because it centered me and it gave me a purpose again to, hey man, there's people out there, they're waiting for that next video. Now, not every video I make is going to appeal to you, but certain videos will, certain messages will. And that kind of re-energized me to get back in Are we live? Are we back? My internet completely dropped. Are we still here? Hang tight, guys. I'm working through some, my internet completely dropped. And I'm trying to make sure that we are still going through. Your system crashed. What did you do? I'm working on it. There we go. We're back. Are we back? We're back. My apologies. My system completely crashed. I don't know. Internet just like, peace out. You're bumming me out. I'm out of here, and just completely shut down. So my apologies for those of you who are still here. Thanks for hanging out. I see Shelly Saves the Day is in here. Shelly, I hope you were doing well. Things are looking pretty crazy up in your neck of the woods. On the streets up there, I'm seeing some of the police stuff going on up there. Sarah, how are you doing? Nice to see you in here, Sarah. Says, yes, burnout, big time right now. Adam's Exploit, how's it going, man? Yeah, just right now, look, there's a lot of stuff happening in the world right now. We are in we're in uncharted territory for our, for as long as we've been alive, unless you're in an older generation, but, especially if you're in the US or someplace that's, a lot of places have protests right now, and it's a weird time to be alive. So it's okay to be burned out. It's okay. Just push through. So it looks like, Shelly says too, it's tough sometimes for sure. Yeah, it happens, man. All you can do is all you can do. That's it. Do the best you can do. All right, so I missed it was a lot of you get burned out. Doug gets burned out. Glare Faint gets burned out. Ibar, yes. Justin, yes. Jaden Green, burned out. Gospel, yes. Dayton Candyland, of course. Yeah, man, it happens. Penny Morgan says, D, you aren't burned out. You're stressed out with the lack of sense. Yeah, burned out may have been the wrong word for me, but it's the stress knocked my creative juices out. So it feels the same. I've been burned out before. Back when I was I had a brief period of time where I was uploading 3 videos per week and doing 1 live stream per week. I was really trying to accelerate the growth of my channel, and it worked, but I burned out for a while after that. And this feels very similar. It's just I just don't. I'm okay now, and I'm pushing through it. But prior to last week, like the last thing I wanted to do was hit record. The last thing I wanted to do. In fact, I contacted, because I have some channel sponsors and I had I had signed contracts for videos that I had to make. And I contacted them and I was like, hey man, I need to take a break. And everybody was very supportive. So I'm thankful for that. All right, so it looks like there's another super chat further up. Okay, guys, I'm backing up. I'm looking. My apologies for the super chat. Boom, there it is. Unbrick me. Sorry, my man, for keeping you waiting. It says, I'm blue, Baba D. You know the song, I'm blue, Baba D? No, I don't. I don't know this song, but I'm going to look for it. I'm blue. Thank you. I appreciate the super chat, guys. Much appreciated. I'm blue, Daba D. You know the song. Now I got to look it up. I'm blue, Daba D. That's going in my browser. I'm going to look that up. From Eiffel 65, I'm blue, Daba D. Yep. I will play that when the stream is over. Thanks, man. All right, heading back down to the bottom, see where I can get caught up with you guys. Let's see, I'm missing a whole lot here. Did I disconnect again? What is going on here? Hold on, guys. I think I need to refresh my chat here because it says that the chat has disconnected. There it is. Daft Punk. I love Daft Punk. Who's excited for the next Tron movie? What is it, Tron 3? They're supposed to get Daft Punk to do the soundtrack again. Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, so Minded Bike 98 says, I ran out of ideas for a video. What should I do? Okay, I don't know what your channel is about, but here's what you do. Go to youtube.com or go to google.com. You're going to see the search bar up there. Start typing in phrases that are relevant to your niche. For example, for me, it might be iPhone video editing apps. So if I start to type in iPhone video editing apps, or as soon as I type in iPhone, it's going to give me a drop down of all sorts of suggestions. Those suggestions are phrases and keywords that people are actually looking for. So just go into YouTube, go into Google, and start typing in keywords or keyword phrases that are relevant to the type of content that you're making. All of those suggestions that pop down, those are video ideas. And reword it, right? Play Tetris with it. If you word it one way, word it another way, and you're going to get different results. So that's how you come up with video ideas. That's one way to come up with video ideas. Another way to come up with video ideas is go to larger channels that are in the same niche as yours and go down to their comments and read through the comments. Look at ideas. People say, hey, it'd be great if you would make this video or that video. Read their comments for video ideas. Another thing you can do is go to your favorite channels that are like yours, go to their video tab, sort those videos by most popular, and their most popular videos are going to show up at the top, and boom, there's a whole bunch of new video ideas. It's endless. I'm good? All right. Massive in the really? How have I missed this? You know what? I'm really bad with the name of songs, so it's possible that I've heard this song. I've got it open up, so when this is over, I'm going to play it and see. There's a good chance I've heard it. I just don't know the name. How to Automotive says, I suffer more from distraction than burnout. Day-to-day life can take precedent over YouTube. Okay, so distraction. Distraction has always been a problem for me. I will be the first person to tell you, I've never been actually diagnosed as having attention deficit disorder, but I'm the first, I'm like, ball. My mind is everywhere at all times. My mind is everywhere at all times. And I realize that. So what I have to do is the way you get through that is through discipline. And the way you discipline yourself is by every single day try to create a new habit, right? If you have bad habits right now, and those bad habits are distracting you. So you have to say, okay, I'm going to force myself every single day to spend, start with 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day, I'm going to focus on this thing. It might be that for 30 minutes that you're answering comments. It might be for 30 minutes you are researching video ideas. It might be for 30 minutes you are just researching, learning about gear. The idea is you want to start creating that habit of doing something YouTube related. Same thing works for the gym, right? Terry Crews. I know a lot of you guys know Terry Crews. He's an athlete, comedian. I think he's on America's Got Talent. He has a great tip for people who go to the gym. He says, if you can't find yourself going to the gym, it's because you have to create the habit of actually going to the gym. He says, start by taking a book, go to the gym, go in the locker room, or just sit in the car and read your book. Just create the habit of going to the gym. Once you've actually created that habit over the course of a month or 2 months or 3 months, you've created the habit of going to the gym, then create the next habit of starting to do a little bit of exercise. But start it by actually just going there and reading a book at the gym. I thought that was brilliant. But I have to do the same thing with YouTube. Now I've worked it into my life. But starting out, I had to say, okay, I've got all this stuff going on, and I've got another business. I've got a lot of stuff going on too. But I have to block out this time for YouTube. I have to make myself do this, and I did it. You create a new habit by doing it every day, doing something YouTube related every single day. And once that habit is there, then you'll start filling into that groove a little bit. And then your distractions won't bother you so much because you've created that new habit. I went through the exact same thing. It's tough. It's definitely tough though. Adam's Exploit says, D, I hope they get this under control by May so I can meet you in Nick and Dan's video conference. You and me both, man. You and me both. I really hope this is under control. Look, I know there are people are going to disagree with what I'm about to say because there's a lot of people out there saying masks don't work and I'm not wearing a mask, whatever. But for every person who's trying to exercise their freedom or whatever and not put on a mask, you're extending this problem. Doesn't matter if you agree with a mask or not. By not wearing it, for those of you who don't wear them, those are the people who are actually extending this problem in a lot of situations. People who are ignoring social distancing rules, those are the people who are extending this whole thing. And when I look at America, and even now in Canada, I think I saw they're doing a anti-mask protest in Canada. I'm just thinking, I'm never getting home. I'm never getting out of Mexico. Because every time, those people are doing that, it's tough. It's tough. Jake Williams, how's it going, man? You are awesome, my friend. And you know, the other thing too, it's like a lot of people are saying, well, a vaccine is going to come. Yes, a vaccine will probably come, but okay, here's a question for you. And I really don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but here's a quick question. And by the way, I'm not anti-vax. I'm in full support of vaccinations. But are you going to be one of the first people, one of the first persons to get a rushed vaccine put into your body? I don't know about that. A tried and tested vaccine, okay, I'm on board. A rushed vaccine, I don't know if I'm going to be. I don't know if I'm going to line up for that. So that's problematic too. Yeah, don't know. Yeah, just wear AU pack mule. I wear mine. Yeah, right on, man. Tapper Tiger, the government talk. Yeah, here's the thing about masks. It's like, you know what? Look, let's just put this out here. No one here, not myself, not any of you, none of us are doctors. None of us are virologists. None of us work in, there might be one of you who work in the healthcare industry or something like that. But like, we don't have the true expertise to truly know how these things work, right? We don't. All we have is the information that's given from us. So based on the fact that they might work, masks might, I think they work, right? I live in Asia. We wear masks all the time. I wear a mask 4 or 5 months out of a year, right? Because of seasonal pollution. So let's just say they might work. They've got a chance of working. Cool, they might work. Put it on, right? Like it might work. Put it on. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if if it has a chance of working. Put it on, dude. I want to do it for me. If you don't want to wear a mask, do it for me because I want to go home. I'm stuck in Mexico. I want to go home. Just whenever you're thinking about, I don't want to put on my mask, do it for me, please. I want to go home. Cowboy Cody, thank you, man, for the super chat again. Can you or Nick do a video on computers that are good for YouTubing? I'm looking for a computer for school and YouTube. Okay, because I focus on mobile stuff, a computer video is not something that I would do, but I'll tell you a channel to go check out. Check out a channel called Live Streaming Pros. Moderators, if you want to drop a link to their channel, Live Streaming Pros, David over there, David is like, he's a wizard. He's an absolute wizard. And if you're looking for something that's like gonna live stream, something you can just chew through video, he's always testing out different, computers for live streaming and that sort of thing. He's going to be a lot more knowledgeable about that than I am. I can tell you what I'm using right now. My laptop is a Dell XPS 15. It's an absolute beast. It's not the 2020 model, so when it came out a couple years ago, it's an absolute beast. The Dell XPS 15. It's maxed out. It's a beast. I chew through HD or 4K footage and faster than real time. But everything else I have is mobile, iPad, iPhone, that sort of thing. So, Dr. Stan, thank you. Hope you're doing well, Doctor. Nice to see you in here. Dapper Tiger says, I worked in infectious diseases. Okay, so there's one of us. Okay, and you got Dr. Stan in here. So I'm like, yeah, none of us. Well, there's a couple. There's a couple of you. Dapper Tiger says, I worked in infectious diseases and wound care. Masks work. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Dr. Stan, hope you're doing well, Doctor. Adam's Exploit says, David and Luria, that's Live Streaming Pros. They're live weekdays at 1 p.m. Yeah, if you can, I've never heard Luria talking about computers. She might ask her, but for sure I've heard David talking about different computer builds and stuff all the time. He's probably going to be the person I recommend the most out of anybody in the industry. Like he's legit a wizard about everything. You want the best cameras for live streaming, the best setups, the best lights. He's a wizard, absolute wizard. Garish Draws Stuff says, how would you access the TubeBuddy mobile app tag scoring, and what score is good to make it into a video? How would you access it? Yeah, I have a video showing you how to use TubeBuddy. It's not super in depth, but what you want to do is you want to look for a number that's as high as possible, and it is color coded. You want to look for something that's going to be in the green with as high as number as possible. If it's red or if it's orange, I would avoid those. Roberto Cauldron says, question, would an app run smoothly on a phone? Oops, I lost it. Would an app run smoothly on a phone when recording or streaming video games? What app would run smoothly on a phone when recording or streaming video games? It depends on your phone. Everything depends on your phone. People ask me all the time, what's the best video editing app? What's the best live streaming? I can give you the best recommendations based on features, based on what I think is the best, based on the devices that I've tested it on. But if you do not have a powerful phone, if your phone is weak, if it's old, if it's just, if you've got a potato phone, it might not work that well. So in terms of what app would run smoothly on a phone, so I've got an iPhone 11 Pro. Everything works well on that phone. I can screen record almost VN recorder or VN video editing app gives me problems sometimes. Everything else works flawlessly. It's a beast. I also have a Samsung Galaxy S9. I can screen record everything on that phone, and that's not the latest model. So if you want the strongest phone possible, get any of the flagship phones from any of the makers. Huawei, HTC, iPhone, Samsung, any of that stuff. Scully's House of Thrillers, says David Foster and Luria Petrucci. Yep, that's them. Geniuses. Those guys are so awesome. So I don't know if you guys know this, but those of you who watch Nick and I stream on Saturday for Nimmin Live, not recently, so we have a full live streaming studio. That set was inspired by David and Luria's set that they had at the time. They had a particular set at that time, and that inspired me to design that set. So yeah, those guys are live streaming gurus. They are. All right. I'm going to go into the chat here, see what I missed. Cowboy Cody, have a good one. Open Vlog says VN app is awesome. Yeah, you know what? It's a free app. I think they've added some paid features recently, if I'm not mistaken. Powerhouse of an app. I recently started talking to them. I might be making some tutorials for them on the channel. So if you start seeing regular VN video apps pop up, then that means that the deal was signed. I've got it on my phone. I think it's a fantastic app. I love the effects inside of VN. I love the transitions inside of VN. It's a great app. Well, let me see. I'm going through the questions here. James Plays Madden says, what does it mean when I'm not growing? I'm trying so hard, but I'm not growing. First thing I'm going to ask is, are you drinking milk? Are you eating enough protein? If the answer is yes, here's the question. You're a gamer, right? You're a gamer playing Madden 23. What does it mean that I'm not growing? I'm trying so hard, but I'm not growing. Okay, gamers. I know there's a lot of gamers in here. Here's what I want you to think about. What are you bringing to the table as a gamer? What are you bringing that's exciting or inspiring or educational to the platform as a gamer? Okay? As a gamer, you need to either be really good at gaming, like you just demolish other people. You're a great gamer. Or you need to have a great personality. You need to be very charismatic. You need to be entertaining or inspiring. Okay? Or you need to bring education to your channel. Teach people how to play the game. So you need to be doing one or all of those things or two of those things. Like that's how you eventually succeed as a gamer. But you also have to make sure that your thumbnails are on point. You have to make sure that you're choosing the right topics. You have to make sure that your gameplay looks good. It sounds good. Your audio sounds good. If you're editing your videos and putting them up, if you're not live streaming, your editing has to be tight. And lastly, you got to give it time. Like if you're just getting started and nothing's happening for you yet, you have to give it time. You have to build the skills to become a better gamer, a better graphic designer for your thumbnails. You have to be better at writing your descriptions, crafting the right titles. You have to be more comfortable with the microphone, in front of a camera. There's a lot of things that you have to learn. So be patient, keep building up your skills, and do one or two or three of all of those things that I suggested. That applies to all the gamers out there who are not currently growing. Or be like me and be hilarious. Look, dude, I'm terrible at gaming. I am terrible at gaming too. Millennial Spark Radio says, how do you get videos from an iPhone to a computer? It always gives me a headache. Yes, it's infuriating. Okay, you can, if you're updated, if your iPhone is updated, hold on here. Do I have this? If your iPhone is updated, plug your lightning port into your phone, into a USB cable to your computer. It's going to ask you if you want to trust the computer, hit yes. Then you want to go into DCIM, it's going to be a folder, right? You tap on the actual internal, then it says DCIM, then it's going to have a bunch of different Apple numbers. You go to the latest ones or go through those folders, look for your video files and try to drag and drop them. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Second thing you can do is use VLC player. Head over to my video tab. You're going to look, I don't remember the date that I did it, but I have a video showing you how to move your videos back and forth using VLC player. You go to use VLC player on your browser and you use the VLC player app on your phone, and that's how you do it there. Or Shelly says, yeah, you can do it the hard way, which is you can use Google Drive or Dropbox. I've done that before. Sometimes VLC player doesn't work. Sometimes the cable doesn't work, and I use Google Drive. I'll use Google Drive and I'll just set stuff up and let it work. One, DCIM. What did I say? Did I say that backwards? DCIM. DCIM, yes. Did I say that backwards? You can also plug in, yeah, that one. Yeah, that works. So I would say 90% of the time, just plugging in your cable works. Every now and then, and I don't know why, I don't know if it's on the computer end, I don't know if it's my phone end after an update, but every now and then, sometimes those files just will not come over. But yeah, VLC player, Google Drive, Dropbox, you got to upload it and download it. It's a process, but Android always works. Always works. And of course, if you have an Apple computer, you use AirDrop, right? If you have an Apple computer, you turn on or you use AirDrop on your phone or your iPad, you just send it over. It's black magic. You'll never figure out how they do it, but it's the dark magic, and it just transfers your files. I don't know how they do it, but it's amazing. It's amazing. Oh man, let me go through here and get the questions. Yeah, Shelly, exactly. AirDrop if it's a Mac. It's a mystery how AirDrop works. I absolutely love it. DCIM. Yeah, there it is. Let's see, I'm going back here. How do you get videos? Okay, I answered that one. Yeah, I do. I have a video on it. I think I show how to get it from your computer or from your phone to your computer wirelessly. I think I did it that way. Could be backwards. It's been a while since I made that video. Tytastic, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. Says, I'm looking forward to the Prism Studio update on the 26th. Look, Prism Live Studio has so many amazing updates coming. There's one coming here this Thursday, I believe. Amazing stuff happening with that app. Absolutely amazing stuff coming with it. I'm actually behind. I'm supposed to make some new videos for them. Amazing stuff happening with that app. The funny thing is, when it comes to live streaming, so now StreamYard is now fully mobile responsive. So it works in your browser and your phone. So bringing in guests and that sort of thing, StreamYard is great for that. And just streaming on the go, Prism Live Studio might be adding that feature, maybe. I know if you're a gamer, you can use Prism Live Studio and use their screen share feature, and that will actually broadcast your game. Let's see here, going through. Let's see, iShot on Android. iShot on Android has been great. Yep. Tom Bernard says that the PC drops your iPhone 99%. It's the cable. I go through probably 10 cables a year. Yeah, me too, man. I'm constantly going through. I'm constantly losing my dongles, and I am just breaking these things. You would think, for as much as these things cost, and the fact that Apple just doesn't make it easy to transfer our footage back and forth on a PC, you would think that they would make these a lot better than they do. I actually just picked up recently, and I haven't started using it yet. I picked up one of these. I don't even know who is this? Is this the Nomad one? This one's the Native Union. So I have the Nomad cable that I picked up right before I left Thailand. It's a big heavy duty one. And then I have this one from Native Union that I picked up. That's also a heavy duty one. Haven't started using this one yet either, but I'm going to. Lily Tree, how you doing? Yeah, super chat. Says, how-tos, tutorials, product reviews, what type to focus on? Most viewed as how to avoid getting scammed at an auto auction at 35K. I've done 102 videos, how-to tutorials, product reviews, what type to focus on. Most viewed is how to avoid getting scammed. So if you have 102 videos on your channel, then you can probably get a good gauge of what is working besides your top video. Like if you go through, look at your content over the past 90 days. Look at the videos over the past 90 days and say which of these videos is doing the best. I wouldn't look at all time. I would look over the past 90 days because that's what's happening on your channel now. And then, hey, Eileen, how you doing? Hope you are doing well. Then I would start putting things, like if you're not sure or you're like thinking everything's kind of working, doesn't really matter what I do, everything's kind of working, then I would try them all. Like if you can make more how-to videos, make them, see how your audience responds. If you want to do tutorials or product reviews, make them, throw some stuff out there and see which ones work, but make sure that it's relevant to the type of content that you're making. I'm actually going to search your name and see if your channel pops up. And I'm going to do a quick look. I'm not going to pull your channel up, but I'm going to look for it and look at it real quick just to see if you're doing some one-off thing. Hold on here. What sort of content are you making? Okay, so it's all automobile content. So that's good. So you are focused on automobile. So in terms of how-to or reviews, I would say try them all and see which ones your audience is going to respond to the most. So how to avoid being scammed, why don't cop art without watching this video, don't buy cop art, what gun to use in your car. So yeah, you've already have some of this stuff, right? How not to get scammed, what gun to use. It looks like you're kind of doing a hodgepodge of stuff right now and it looks like it's working for you. So yeah, just keep putting the stuff out there. Like if you notice on my channel, I do the same thing. Like some of the things that I do will be like how to do this with your phone, how to do that with this, how to do that. And then some things will be tips. Some things will be gear related, right? Like anytime I do a gear video, the gear videos never do as well as a YouTube tips video, or they never do as well as like a list. People love, yeah. And I can tell you this right now, people love list videos. So you could even try these in addition to how-to, in addition to tutorials, in addition to product reviews, do list videos because you're doing cars, you're rebuilding. So, here's the top 5 painting products for your cars, or here's the top 5 spray. Are we up again? We up and running? Man, apologies for that. So again, I'm in a new Airbnb. Looks like we've had 2 drops. So I'm doing the best I can here. Okay, so I'm going to answer your question here from Nathan. And by the way, let me back up real quick to Jay. Your name on your channel, Jay Rebuilds. Okay, I get that, Jay Rebuilds. But on your name here, Jay Reconstrue, maybe it's a language thing, I'm not sure. Just saying, I wouldn't have known right out of the gate what's actually happening over on your channel. But yeah, try all that stuff. Try all that stuff. Just keep going. I mean, you're hitting on some stuff that's working. Just keep doing that stuff. You'll find things that work better than others. And for most of our channels, we learn along the way. Like, hey, anytime I do a list video, those are going to, it's almost like you learn what levers to pull. Like, wow, my views are going down a little bit. I need a video that's going to boost up my overall channel views. And you know what videos to make, right? Like I know if I make some sort of a list video, like here's the top 5 video editing apps, I know the video is going to do well. So you got to learn what works and what doesn't. So yeah, just keep doing it, test it all out. Next question from Nathan, who says, what is your opinion with being a creator yet enjoying as a viewer? Should you use a different account when you are following and liking other content? Great, great question, Nathan. Okay. Just use your account. Use your account. Here's something weird that's happened. Something weird that's happened to me with my channel growth, and I've got a relatively small channel. I can't even imagine people who have channels with like millions of subscribers. But here's what happens: is like go around, be yourself, be that channel, interact with the different channels, because eventually you're going to start building other relationships. If you're constantly leaving comments under one creator that you like, or different channels, different communities on Facebook or whatever, like you're going to start to be known within those communities. You're going to start building those relationships. So do it under your main channel, so people get to know that channel. They get to know you over time. Okay, but something weird happens, like as your channel grows, like it gets really weird. Like for me, if I go into a live stream that is in a niche like this, like if I go into somebody's live stream that is also doing YouTube tips or something, somewhere where we share an audience, right? If you go into somebody's stream where you share an audience and you say something, sometimes you feel bad because you don't want to, like somebody's speaking, somebody's, they're training or doing whatever it is that they're doing, and you come in and you say something, and you might just derail the entire chat. And people are like, oh, hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? And sometimes you can feel kind of bad, because you never want to take away from the person doing the live stream. But that's something that I've noticed as my channel is starting to get bigger, is that I sometimes like I'll go into a stream and I'm like, man, I want to say something, but I don't want to. I almost feel disrespectful sometimes doing that if it brings too much attention in there. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. But in terms of what to do, no. I mean, just whatever your main channel is, be known for that main channel. Join groups under that channel. Leave comments under that channel. Be mindful of the comments that you're leaving. If you're trying to grow your channel and you want to grow something that's going to end up being brand friendly, where you can work with companies in the future and that sort of thing, be kind of mindful with the comments that you're leaving. I like to keep everything brand safe, which has been really difficult lately with all this stuff going on with COVID and some of the people posting just the dumbest things possible. And you just want to like get in here and be like, put on your damn mask, right? But generally speaking, I try to keep everything brand friendly. So just as you're leaving comments elsewhere, just remember that everything you say everywhere is going to reflect on your personal brand or on your channel, everything. And people can find all of that stuff. So as you're tweeting, as you're leaving comments on YouTube, all of that stuff, just remember that stuff can come back to bite you in the butt. So be mindful of the stuff that you're actually leaving. Niche is auto body. It's in Spanish. I should have known that. I'm in Mexico. Should have known that. Thanks for the super chat, my man. Yeah, just keep trying all the stuff. Like you're doing all the stuff anyway, just keep trying it. But I would add lists. People love lists. If anybody's in a situation where they can incorporate lists into their channel, believe me, people love lists. And any of you who have been YouTubing for quite some time, you're gonna know, you can say yes, people love lists. They love them. They absolutely love them. Trish says you can say hi in our shirt. Yeah, it's actually kind of nice. It's nice to go to a live stream where the audience is not shared and people don't really know you, or like one person like, oh, hey D, what's up? Like that's cool. But like I feel bad sometimes you go into a chat and it's just like 50 people are like, oh D, what's going on? And I'm just like, oh man, like I feel like I'm disrespecting the creator by doing that. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just in my head. I don't know. And I don't know how. Like I can't even imagine somebody like, Marquez Brownlee or Casey Neistat or Linus from, or somebody comes into a chat and just like, oh, hey guys, I can't even imagine the disruption that they would do to a chat. That would be insane. Official Fundy Abra says, D, I got reused content on YouTube and they refused to review my channel. And they said I have to delete or edit my videos and update my metadata. So what can I do? You've got two choices. One, you can do exactly what they're telling you to do. And number two, go over to Reddit, go over to the YouTube subreddit, make a post looking for a trusted flagger. It's called a trusted flagger. And say, hey, this is my situation. Here's my channel. Can a trusted flagger have a look at my channel? Trusted flagger is someone who actually, they don't work for YouTube, but they work with YouTube. They're kind of like a second set of eyes. You might need a human to actually look at your content. And sometimes those guys can work magic. But if they can't, then you're going to have to do what they tell you to do. You don't have a choice. Off-grid Backroads Adventures, Lost Connection. This is Backroads Nomad. Okay, how's it going, man? I rebranded my channel to Off-Grid Backroads Adventures. It was time. What do you think about rebranding the channel? You know, rebranding a channel, I think that's a creative choice that everybody has to make. If you know if it's time, you know where you want your channel to go. You know what you want your brand to be. So that's something that everybody has to do. I'm all for it. If you make the right change, I'm all for it. You have to make that decision, right? Alex Reviews Belgium says, hey, D, are tags really still important? No, they're not. I wouldn't say ignore them, but YouTube has said that they are not very important. In fact, YouTube said specifically, I sat in at a panel at YouTube at VidCon, and YouTube said they're probably the least important, and they're more used for clarity. So if you have different ways to say things, if you have misspells, you want to put your name in there, misspellings of your name, basically just adding little bits of clarity, but in terms of importance, it's at the bottom of the totem pole. You've all seen tons of videos with millions of views. They have 0 tags. Tags are not going to move the needle. They're not going to make your video fail or succeed. They just help give clarity to YouTube, to give them more information, to help tell YouTube what your video is about, to hopefully help YouTube find the right, or put your video in front of the right audience. So they're not, don't skip them. As long as YouTube gives you the option to put them in there, put them in there. But according to them, they're just not that important. They used to be a lot more important, but now they're not. Fanny packs or the mini duffel bags? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, History Treehouse question. What are some great free video editors that was only for iPhone and available for, what is the great free video editor that's only for iPhone? I can't remember the name. Probably VideoLeap. VideoLeap is available for iPhone. I actually have a video coming out very soon about VideoLeap, how to use it for free. All of my VideoLeap videos, I'm like, download VideoLeap, you can use it for free. There's so many people saying it's not free or it's got a watermark. It's because it pops up an ad and the ad looks like you have to pay for it, and you don't. You can close the ad, and they have premium features that you don't have to use, but if you use a premium feature, it's going to ask you to pay. So I've got a video walking you through how to actually use it for free. It's called VideoLeap. It is coming for Android. Now here's the thing about VideoLeap on Android. If you go to the Google Play Store, you search for VideoLeap, you're going to find like 10 different VideoLeaps. They're all copies. They're all fake. None of them are real. The only company making the real VideoLeap is called Lightricks. That's it. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, this evening. This didn't even mean to go this long. We've been going for a while now. I just wanted to do a stream test to test the internet speed here. We had a couple hiccups. We had 2 disconnects. So we'll see. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the super chats. I hope I answered everybody's questions. If I didn't get to your question, leave a comment under this video or send me a tweet, send me a DM somewhere. Probably, don't send me a DM for questions. Send me a tweet somewhere. My DMs are so backlogged. I don't know if I'm thinking about doing just like just a 0 day where I just like delete everything and start over. All right, guys, thank you so much. Channel members, once you see I'm in a different place than I was the last time. So once I'm situated again, hopefully we'll have another member stream this week. If not this week, then next. So I think I might take this place. We only had 2 drops and it wasn't that bad. So I think I'm going to get this place. So guys, thanks again. Have an awesome week. Stay safe. Keep your masks on. Stay socially distant so we can get through this thing together. And if you don't do it for any other reason, do it for me because I want to get out of Mexico and I want to go home. So thanks guys again. And I will see you guys next Sunday, hopefully. Cheers.